How did those injuries come about?
I wish to God I knew.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at times celebrities severely damaged their reputations by answering just one single interview question. Number 10. Describe your character's motivations. Liam Neeson.
But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career.
With a steady batch of movies released each year, Liam Neeson has done a lot of press over his lifetime. But a routine junket interview with The Independent for his 2019 revenge film, Cold Pursuit, embroiled the Oscar nominee in scandal. With the questioning landing on how his latest character turns to anger, the actor shared a real-life experience of revenge-seeking after learning that a friend was sexually assaulted.
The actor admits that at one point in his life, he wanted to kill a random black man.
With the friend identifying her unknown attacker as black, Neeson says he wandered through the neighborhoods hoping a black man would come out of a pub and, quote, have a go so he could, quote, kill him.
I'm ashamed to say that. And I did it for maybe a week.
Even though Neeson iterated that he regretted those actions, he still had plenty of damage control to do afterwards.
No, I'm not racist. This was nearly 40 years ago, but because I was brought up in, maybe I'm rabbiting on, Rob, so forgive me. I was brought up in the north of Ireland and brought up in the Troubles.
Number 9. Did you ever take banned substances? Lance Armstrong. Prior to 2013, cyclist Lance Armstrong was an inspiration to millions worldwide. After all, he had won the Tour de France a whopping 7 years in a row, not to mention the abundance of charitable work he did.
For 7 straight years, he dominated arguably the hardest sporting event in the world.
History in the making, 7 times a winner of the Tour de France.
Around him grew an empire that included a powerful foundation dedicated to fighting cancer.
So what happened after 2013? Well, that's when Armstrong sat down with Oprah Winfrey for a jaw-dropping interview/confession.
In your opinion, was it humanly possible to win the Tour de France without doping 7 times in a row?
Not in my opinion.
He had already been stripped of his titles amid doping allegations, but the interview confirmed that the rumors were indeed facts.
Lance Armstrong has no place in cycling.
Oprah asked point blank if he ever took banned substances to enhance his cycling performance, and Armstrong responded yes. And just like that, his legacy was forever altered, for the worse.
Yes or no? Did you ever take banned substances to enhance your cycling performance?
Yes.
Number 8. Is there any truth to the allegations? Woody Allen. When Woody Allen appeared on 60 Minutes in 1992 to discuss his falling out with former partner Mia Farrow, things got fairly awkward.
I went up and played with the kids, read them stories, did my usual things. We played out on the lawn and had a wonderful time with them. And out of this has grown lawyers and psychologists.
When asked about the accusations that he abused the daughter he adopted with Farrow, Dylan, many expected Allen to offer a straightforward denial. However, the actor and director opted to answer with a baffling diatribe instead.
I had many opportunities in the past. I could have quietly made a custody settlement with Mia in some way and done it in the future. I mean, it's so insane.
He said it would be, quote, illogical for him to do such a thing at the time, and went on to list a bunch of reasons why. He also insinuated that Farrow was the mastermind, plotting revenge against him.
Either she has been coached methodically to tell the story because...
By Mia.
By Mia, yeah.
It's 3 decades later, and people still scratch their heads at how Allen chose to profess his innocence. Number 7. Did you enjoy your film, Katherine Heigl? Katherine Heigl's fall from Hollywood's good graces can be traced back to a 2008 interview with Vanity Fair. After winning an Emmy for her role on Grey's Anatomy and having starred in the smash hit blockbuster Knocked Up, Heigl certainly had a lot to be happy about.
We're just doing what we can, we're making the best of it, and I don't want us to put any more pressure on ourselves.
But when the actress was asked about the Judd Apatow film she made alongside Seth Rogen, she did not hold back in her true feelings.
What?
What?
I'm pregnant?
With emotion?
With a baby. You're the father.
Katherine said she was not happy with Knocked Up and called it, quote, a little sexist. She went on to say, quote, "It paints women as shrews, as humorless and uptight, while it paints the men as, quote, lovable, goofy, fun-loving guys."
Exactly. We can work together. This can help us, if anything, I think.
Her comments were met with immediate criticism and have followed her for years, despite recent mea culpas.
I'm gonna be really honest right now, I'm not. I know I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about it. I'm not a rude person. I'm not an unkind or mean person.
Number 6. What are your thoughts on psychiatry? Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise has weathered more than a few controversies over the years, but in the mid-2000s, things were at a critical mass.
Know how you handle an actor? They whine about anything. You pull down their pants and you spank their ass.
It all went down during a whirlwind time when the actor started dating actress Katie Holmes. Cruz had already jumped on Oprah's couch
Ever felt this way?
and shared statements on Brooke Shields' postpartum depression when he sat down with Matt Lauer on NBC's Today Show.
I'm just living my life. And I'm doing the best that I can and doing it in a way that I feel is right.
Things turned intense when Lauer asked about Cruz's stance on psychiatry and Shields' endorsement of antidepressants. Tom called psychiatry a, quote, pseudoscience, and began to debate Lauer on depression treatments, notably Ritalin.
And I know that psychiatry is a pseudoscience.
It was a moment that forever changed people's opinion of the movie star.
Matt, you're glib. You don't even know what Ritalin is.
Number 5. How did she get those injuries? Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors experienced the highest of highs and the lowest of lows in 2023.
What's coming?
Me. A lot of me.
He was riding the wave of stardom as Kang the Conqueror in the MCU, and with starring roles in films like Creed 3.
Will this be a fairy tale or a massacre?
Things came crashing down, however, when he was arrested and later found guilty of assaulting and harassing his ex-girlfriend. In an interview for Good Morning America, Majors opened up and attempted to save face by denying everything. When asked how his ex received her injuries, the actor said,
I wish to God I knew. That would give clarity. That would give me some type of peace about it.
He then went on to say that he was, quote, reckless with her heart, but not her body.
But never hit a woman.
Never hit a woman. My hands have never struck a woman.
The response did little to reassure the public of his innocence, only raising further questions.
The peace between realities.
Number 4. What are you trying to do with the message you're sending? Kanye West. Where to even start with Kanye? The prolific rapper has said and done numerous controversial things on a vast array of platforms.
I don't follow rules of normal celebrity or what their publicist tells them to say or anything.
But it was through one simple question on TMZ Live in 2018 that sent Kanye straight down a rabbit hole of scandal. After being seen with a Make America Great Again hat on, host Harvey Levin asked Kanye about the message he wanted to send.
What are you trying to do with the message you're sending?
Well, it was really just my subconscious. It was a feeling I had.
Kanye, being Kanye, went on a rant about free thought. He then caused a huge stir when he spoke about slavery, saying that to him it sounded, quote, like a choice.
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. You was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all?
Of course, Kanye would go on to say even more shocking things in the years that followed. And if we're being honest, will likely continue to do so in the years to come.
So you're gonna love me, or you're gonna hate me, but I'm gonna be me.
Number 3. Do you see why people worry about you sharing a bed with Michael Jackson? Late pop star Michael Jackson has long been accused of inappropriate and illegal acts involving minors. In 1993, Jordan Chandler, a teenage cancer patient, sued Jackson for sexual abuse, leading to a criminal investigation. During an infamous interview with journalist Martin Bashir as part of the documentary Living with Michael Jackson, the star was asked if he understood why people would be worried about him sharing his bed with Chandler.
He talked about the fact that he shares your bedroom. Yes. Can you understand why people would worry about that? Because they're ignorant.
The response was nothing short of shocking, as Jackson defended the practice by calling it, quote, a beautiful thing.
Why should they be worrying? Who's the criminal? Who's Jack the Ripper in the room? This is a guy trying to help heal a child.
He also said that he has slept in a bed with many youths and called it, quote, very right and, quote, loving.
Kieran Culkin would sleep on this side, Macaulay Culkin's on this side, his sister's in there. We're all just jamming the bed.
While Jackson saw the act as, quote, helping the boy heal, others saw it as proof of the crimes he was being accused of. Number 2, your response to the allegations, Prince Andrew. It's the interview equivalent of car crash. Amidst the media scrutiny surrounding Jeffrey Epstein's inner circle, Prince Andrew sat down with BBC's Emily Maitlis in an effort to clear his name.
But today, you've chosen to speak out for the first time. Why have you decided to talk now?
When Maitlis asked the prince for his response to allegations made by an accuser of his, Virginia Roberts, he boldly and straight up denied ever meeting her.
I have no recollection of ever meeting this lady. None whatsoever.
This despite photographic evidence that shows he did. Andrew says the photo is not valid. He also went on to say that he didn't regret his friendship with Epstein, adding that it presented him with, quote, useful opportunities.
He has quite obviously conducted himself in a manner unbecoming, yes.
Unbecoming. He was a sex offender.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being polite.
It was clear that the interview did not help his case, and the prince stepped down from public duties for the royal family shortly after. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Do you like teenage girls? R. Kelly. It's hard to imagine given all that we know today, but in the 2000s, singer R. Kelly had many defenders. What were they defending him against? Why, those would be a long list of sexual misconduct allegations.
I'm very tired of all of the lies. I've been hearing things and, and seeing things on the blogs and, I'm just tired.
In 2002, Kelly was indicted, but would go on to be acquitted in 2008. That's the year he took part in an interview with BET's Torre about the damning claims. When asked about whether he liked teenage girls, Kelly's response was a jaw-dropper.
When you say teenage, how old are we talking? Girls who are teenagers.
It was an infamous response at the time, and it's easy to see why. Kelly added another notorious interview moment to his name when he sat down with Gayle King in 2019 and became unhinged.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life.
The musician is now serving 20 years in jail for his various crimes. Which interview response shocked you the most? Express yourself in the comments.
That's a beautiful thing. That's not a worrying thing.